Back again with an unboxing and review of Death Redesign's Solar Shift 6mm sci-fi vehicle models here, this time with the Monarch missile carrier. $15 on Death Redesigns and I guess Fortress Minis and Ares Minis, but also 15 euros over on Sci-Fi Trader in Europe. Let's open this thing up and see what's inside the box. So, as you can see here, we have two missile carriers. Some of the Death Redesign stuff does reuse some of the chassis here, but this is a totally separate design here. Two missile carriers and of course two missile bay doors that you can attach in any way you might want to. Usually Death Redesigns is pretty generous with these sprues, but this time you only get the two, so you want to be a little bit careful when you try to get these off the supports here. Let me just do that and then we'll glue on the missile bay doors here. Here we are with the separate missile bay door thingy here, and as per usual it's a very nice clean resin print by Death Redesigns, practically no cleanup required. And now we can install the missile bay doors. Now, something I do notice here is that the part where you attach these to the tank is extremely small. So I would like to have one of these open to differentiate it from the other one, but I'm not sure if I actually dare to do that because the part where these two would go together is so tiny. Maybe I'll try it and see if it holds on, but I'm a little bit skeptical about this. It is a very, very small part that's going to be sticking together. Well, let's jump to the glued on part. Here we have the missile carriers with their missile bay doors glued on. It's the closed one, looks pretty good. They sit very neatly on the model. And I do have to say the open missile bay doors are pretty sturdy. I don't think there's much to be afraid of here. Maybe I wouldn't pick the model up by the doors here, but it does feel alright. I think if they come off at some point, I'm just gonna close them. I'm gonna glue them on like the other one because I don't want to deal with that. Anyway, that's our two missile carriers. I'm gonna paint these guys up and show you how they look like next to some other vehicles and mechs. And here we are sometime later with some finished Monarch missile carriers. As you can see, I went with the same sort of color scheme as with my other tanks. Sort of a generic camouflage look. And with these orange-yellow cockpits there. I guess I never mentioned that, of course, these are great for LRM carriers in BattleTech. Could be anything else, SRM carriers or something, but Death Redesigns also does have their own dedicated SRM carrier model that they sell. Now, a couple of other units too, just for scale here. We got a Marauder 2 and a Jenner and another one of Death Redesigns tanks with the PPC carrier right there. Pretty happy with how these guys turned out. There's a nice model to paint, and just the simple choice of having the missile bay doors is a pretty nice touch. You can choose if you have them open or closed. I think I do like this model more, and like I said, this is surprisingly sturdy. I don't think it's going to come off anytime soon. So I'm pretty happy with it. So there you go, Death Redesign Solar Shift Monarch missile carriers. Perfect for BattleTech as LRM carriers. I got this because I've finally been able to actually use vehicles in BattleTech, and I have a range of them, and what I ended up noticing was that I actually preferred the long range stuff more than the up close and personal, more like brawler type tanks. So I wanted to get some missile carriers to sort of hammer that point home, I guess. I'll try to use these guys in some games at some point in the near future, and maybe at some point I'll make a video on what I think about the different tanks in BattleTech and so on. Anyway, that's pretty much the video for this time. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.